Hello, everyone. How are you? Hello there. Hello there. Hello there. Starting a little late because I had some issues this evening that I had to address. But how are you this evening? I hope everyone is doing well. Good evening. Good evening. And welcome to Reflections. Welcome. Welcome. It's so good to see you. This is Daily Reflections of Career Minded Women and Men. And let's see, I am logging in on Facebook now. I am running this evening. Had a couple things come up. So I am just now getting on. But how are you this evening? How are you? How are you? Let me try to log in on YouTube and see what's going on over there. Just a second. Come on in. Come on in. Tonight we are talking about what do you do to set yourself up for success? What do you do? What do you do? Good evening. Okay, let's see if we can get these comments up. All righty. So, good evening. Hello there. I'm glad to see you. Good evening. I see a couple people have jumped in, have logged in, so I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Tonight we are talking about what do you do? What strategies do you put in place to set yourself up for success? As you know that this show is dedicated to career-minded women who are continuing to pursue their dreams, pursue their goals. They're maintaining their families. They're involved in relationships. They are doing their things, and in the midst of everything that they're doing, there are days. There are days of struggle. There are days of heartaches. There are days of extreme trial, pain, heartache, all of that. But despite all of that, they continue to lift their heads and they continue to smile. So Fight to Smile is my brand. Oops, put it up a little bit higher. Fight to Smile is the brand. And we're here on Tuesday nights just to chat, to talk about some of the things that we face in the workplace. So I actually came up with a topic tonight for next week that I wish we would have been talking about it tonight. And that is things that your pet peeves in the workplace. Pet peeves in the workplace. Things that just get under your nails, things that just aggravate the poop out of you in the workplace. So we'll talk about that next week because I have a few. And one of them, whew, child, please. But anyway, we'll talk about that next week. But tonight, I really just wanted to focus on, how do you set yourself up for success? I'm hoping we can have some dialogue, some discussion about some things that you do that help set you up for success, be it in the workplace, be it, in your own personal goals, your personal relationships. What are some of the things that you do to set yourself up for success? I think time management is important, of course, but, just some of the nitty gritty things. Like for me, I know one thing that I have done like all my life, all my work life, is just doing my laundry every week, staying on top of laundry. My mother, she used to always say that you always wanted to keep at least $500 on hand and keep your laundry up to date, because in case somebody ever says let's, you can always say go. So, that's always been in the back of my mind. So, I always keep my laundry up to date. And, that I've never, I don't think I've ever had, maybe in college days or something, but had a time where I had 5, 6, 7 loads of clothes to do. Oh no, I've never did that. I did laundry every week. That's just, one of the little strategies that I do. What are some of the things that you do? Is anybody out here, anybody joining me tonight? Are you guys going to be on syndication? Be on the replay? But yeah, definitely I'm going to type this in here. Doing laundry every week. Definitely. That's definitely something that I do. What about, do some of you, make it a habit to make, do you lay your clothes out at night? I think that was big when I was in school, but not so much as an adult. But laying your clothes out at night. Setting up your budgets so that you can accomplish your financial goals. You can stay within your spending limits. Um, what about, do you take the time to prepare for the what ifs? For the what ifs. What if this happens? What's my backup plan? What if this happens? What happens to the kids? If single parents talking to you, what if something happens to you and you're unconscious? Who picks up your kids from school? Who gets your kids to the next point, get them to the house? Who's going to feed them? Who's going to take care of them while you are unconscious in the hospital or whatever? What kind of things do you have in place for the what ifs? I know I used to think about, what if I died, and my family is in California, and I know that there was going to be a bit of a struggle. There was going to be a bit of a struggle over, where my daughter would grow up. So, what is the continued contingency plan that you have in place? Do you think about those things? Do you think about those things? Ladies, how many of you, if you got a flat tire, you're going to sit on the side of the road until your brother, your father, somebody takes off work, comes and finds you so that they can get you off the side of the road instead of getting AAA, or not just AAA. You can get roadside assistance on your cell phone for $3 a month. Well, I know AT&T does it. So $3 a month. What's $3 a month? For that peace of mind that if you run out of gas, you lock your keys in the car. Somebody doesn't have to take off their job to come and go to your house, get your key, your extra key, and bring it to you. You know, um, These are just some of the what ifs, the little things that we can do to set ourselves up for success. Thinking about those contingency plans. Anybody out there? Anybody joining me tonight? Anybody with me tonight? Where are my glasses? Can't even see. Even if you are out there, I couldn't even see. Um, what about celebrating your successes? What about celebrating your successes? Do you incorporate that into your goal accomplishments? And that's actually taking time to celebrate you. Do you do that? You know, a lot of times we're so busy striving for the goal that we forget to celebrate the milestones along the way. You know, we're so busy chasing the 4 year degree, the 2 year degree, the terminal degree that we forget to celebrate. God dog it, I finished another semester and that was a hard one, you know, or I finished another academic year. So it's time to, you know, reward myself. No, you don't have to jump up and go out of the country, you know, doing something gigantic and big and having a big party because you finished another semester. No, I'm not saying that. But you know, it is important that we incorporate celebrations for accomplishing milestones. You know, celebrate the 6 month anniversary. You know what? I thought this was the coolest thing. I saw a half birthday celebration online. It was Shantae. Shantae celebrated her half birthday. I know that's right. I know that's. I was like, yes. Had I not already celebrated my, well, had I not already passed my half birthday mark, I would have done the same thing. But yes, because you know what? It's not even guaranteed you're going to see the next birthday. So if you make it to a milestone, why not celebrate that? So celebrate the half birthday. I know that's right. I thought that was phenomenal. I thought that was a great concept. But again, celebrating the milestones, especially, you know, man, COVID, if COVID didn't teach us anything, it should have taught us all that life is fragile and that tomorrow is not guaranteed. So while we are pursuing these long term goals, we still need to take the time to celebrate those short goals, those milestones that we've made along the way. You know, nowadays, shoot, just filling up your gas tank is a milestone. Ha! I almost fell over backwards when I saw how much gas costs. What's really going on? So shoot, just to be able to celebrate, you know, and instead of waiting until the very end, celebrate your victories along the way. You guys hear me? I mean, I'm gonna put that in the notes. I might even try to pin that one. Celebrate. Wait a minute, where did it go? Where'd you all go? There you are. Celebrate victories along the way. Yes, 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 yes. Celebrate victories along the way. I think that is so vitally important. Um, anybody else? Anybody else? Do you do you discipline yourself? Do you discipline yourself or punish yourself when you do something that you knew better you shouldn't have done? You know, that could be like it could be something, you know, like if you cheated on your diet, or you know, you might not even be dieting, you just choosing a, you know, a healthier meal plan, so you cheated. So do you discipline yourself for that? Like, I ate a bag of cookies so I need to go running. Do you do things like that? Just wondering. Just wondering. Are there people out there who discipline themselves or punish themselves when they do something that they didn't really mean to do or didn't want to do, but they fell into it anyway? They just didn't have the willpower not to do it. So I'm just wondering, is there anybody out there that does that? Is there anybody out there that does that? You may have said, got into an argument with somebody you said you were not going to get into an argument again with, but you found yourself mixing words again. Anybody ever do that? No. I'm the only one who's ever done that. Okay, I see how you all are. But yeah, you find yourself mixing words with someone you said you weren't going to mix words with again, and there you are mixing words. Do you discipline yourself for that? Do you um I don't know, not watch TV for a while? I don't know, that's kind of childish, but maybe you were going to buy yourself something, so because you fell into something so stupid, or what you felt was stupid, something so trivial, then you say, well, I've been saving for that new TV. You know what? I'm going to wait 2 more weeks, you know, because I have to teach my tongue to, that you're not in control. Or I have to teach my stomach that you don't control this life. You don't control this body. Anybody else do that? I'm just wondering because I think those are some pretty good strategies. Does anybody ever do that? Do you make a list of, do's and don'ts, what you won't do? I know there was a time that when I um, was doing a lot of studying, I was, trying to reach my next goal, and I was getting up at 4:30 in the morning so that I could, spend some quiet time in prayer and then do some studying before I went to work. And so because of that, I had to put some boundaries around myself, So I turned my phone off at 10 o'clock. Like, no one can call me after 10 o'clock at night. It was just rude and disrespectful. And there's nothing that you have to say to me after 10 o'clock at night. That was for that season in my life. So do you put boundaries around yourself so that you can accomplish your goals, so that you can set yourself up for success? um a lot of times, well, I know, I talk to a lot of students, and a lot of times they miss their mark or they miss their goals simply because we're not putting boundaries around ourselves. So I think that, sometimes that is very important. Can't let everybody in. Can't let everybody, into that space, into that quiet space that you're trying to establish for yourself, so that you can get to whatever your next level is. Let me see anything. You ever go back and take a look at what works well and what didn't work well, especially after, a big project that you presented? What went well? Because I know, I know I see it in education a lot, that, we put on programs, put on projects, and just take off, and after it's done, that's it, go on to the next thing, but never go back to evaluate, what went well, what did we learn from this experience, what could we have done better, what's next? What's the next step? What's the logical next step? Do we take time to do that? And we had a really, really rough semester with the kids. They had a rough semester, fall semester. Well, no, that was spring semester. No, what was that? Fall semester. Because what day of the month? This is March. So yeah, they had a rough fall semester. So what can we do differently in the spring so that we won't have a repeat of the stresses that we had back in the fall? Or do we just keep moving forward and keep going and acting like, if we do the same thing, we'll get a different result? Hmm. Things to think about. Things to think about. So, those are some of the things that I just were on my heart, things that were on my mind this evening that I wanted to chat about, wanted to talk about. Just wanted to, talk about what are some of the things that you do. I put down some things that I did do so that I can accomplish my goals. So I'm hoping that maybe in the replay, people will chime in into the discussion. But those are some of the things I wanted to share this evening. I wanted to share my heart. That was my heart tonight. Can't wait to next week, because next week, again, we're going to talk about pet peeves in the workplace, things that aggravate the poop out of you. Okay. Things that aggravate the poop out of you in the workplace. So that's next week. That's our topic next week. And I hope that you will join me then. Look, I want you to check out see if I can find the banner, and and I don't see it. And let me see if I can find it, and I don't see it. So we won't be checking it out tonight. But, oh, yes, here it is right here. Let's see if I can. Okay, it's not coming up, but that's okay. Me and technology have not been friends all day long today. But nevertheless, I do thank you for joining me tonight as we talked about things that we do to set ourselves up for success. I hope you all have a great evening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I'm so excited about things that are going on, but I'll share some exciting news with you all next week about things that are going on, especially in our discussions about adultification bias of Black girls. So, have some exciting news coming down the pipeline. Yes, and I will share it with you all next week. But thank you again for joining us tonight. And that is going to wrap it up for this evening. So, thank you, and I will see you next week. Take care, everyone.